I'd like to show you something new. We're going to start from a brand new project, Analog Lab V, create. Now, when you get to this screen, the default is that we're going to change to a drums. I'm going to say see more, and I want you to pick the 808 drum kick. If I double click that, you can see that it's been selected. Now, in this area right here, you're going to control click and pick create pattern region. Now this is going to look a little bit intimidating, but bear with me. First thing I have to do is I have to make my screen wider because when I have to make this wider so that you can see. Um, I'm going off the screen, but you see, as I'm going wider, all of a sudden this on off thing shows up. What we have here, because we were in the key of C major, it populated this drum thing from C major, C, D, E, F, G, blah, 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 blah. Now, if I click here, you get that sound. And if I just click return, you're going to see up here, it's repeating this pattern. Up here, I'm also going to click here. Oops, I'm going to make this a loop. Click here, 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 and here. So now you have this, right? B2, A2, and G are all claps. I'm just going to randomly put in some claps in here, okay? And now listen. Not bad. But what's cool about this is I can make things more random. If I click this, you see how this is like every which way? It's not straight. And I'm going to do that for all three of these. Now, anything that's in this row is going to be random. But this and this are going to play straight. So you've got these claps are all random. Okay? Now, I can also change the volume of everything. I want this to be loud and this to be medium, loud again, and medium. These claps, I'm just going to push random. Doesn't matter. Maybe I'll have that one really loud. And this loud too. I can solo. Maybe we'll make this a little less. Listen to this. So whenever it hits this one, it's going to be a loud clap. This one is not as loud, right? So we now have this, right? That's pretty cool. Another cool thing that I would like to show you is under modulation. Now, it's off the screen, but if you keep going down, at the very, very bottom, it says tremolo, and you pick stereo tremolo. Now here, the default is a quarter note. What's going to happen is I'm going to change this to 1, and you're going to hear the sound go from speaker to speaker. You hear it, right? If I turn it off, everything's in the center. But if I put it on, I just think that's pretty cool. Another effect that I recently found is in filter this fuzz wah. Now, this controls the amount of fuzz wah, right? I can make it go all the way to the very top, all the way to the very bottom. Now, there's two ways that I can automate this. I could do the regular way, which would be to come here, say latch, and then just move this. All right, let's come back and listen to that. Right? Pretty cool. Now, let's add some reverb. This is the new one. And look at that. See, this says reverb time, right? I can make no reverb or have reverb. Now, this is what's also pretty cool about this, is that I can automate this slightly differently. If I come here and I say add automation to the fuzz wah, and what we were looking at was the I'm sorry, this is the reverb, and I'm going to automate the reverb time. Again, you can't see it, it's all the way at the bottom of this list. It says reverb time. Now look here, this says reverb time. I want to turn on, got to come back to this velocity thing, or on off. I want to turn on every step of the way here. But now I want to change right now, the reverb amount is locked in. So I'm going to change this. I'm going to make it maybe when it's these. Some of the notes are getting some reverb added. I'm turning off some of these past, again, that you can't see. But if we go back and look at the reverb, it wasn't working before, but I manipulated it a little bit so that you can hear. Some notes have a lot of reverb. So it's random. Okay, I think that's about it. What to do with this is to automate the EQ. So if I come here and I say latch, and I just pick something about here, and now I might make this a little bit more narrow, a little bit higher, and now start the space bar and just go. It's kind of the same thing as the fuzz wah. See, I turned that off. So this is just the animation of the EQ. Put that in with the reverb. With the tremolo, making it go from speaker to speaker. And kind of doubling the effect with the fuzz wah. You get some pretty random stuff happening. which is pretty cool. All right, hope you enjoyed it.